This is Tim Wells with Face Made for Radio and a Voice Made for Newsprint, and this is ClickFunnels and ClickDesigns. And tonight we're going to be looking at ClickDesigns and continuing our series on looking at the categories in ClickDesigns. And so last time we looked at the marketing section, and so we're going to move on to the thumbnail section. And this thumbnail section is just for YouTube. So this is a category that does one thing and one thing only. Let's go ahead and open it up. And as usual, we see a bunch of templates. You'll notice here we do have some sizing choices that we use to filter it. I always go with the 1280 by 720. Again, we have a bunch of templates here that we can choose from, or we can use as inspiration to start from a blank template. And it works either way. And there's quite a few in here if you keep on scrolling down. And even more. Your kind of choice here is to start with one of these pre-built templates and then remove or add to it as you want. You can also use these as inspiration. So I sometimes, when I'm working with a thumbnail, will open up two instances of ClickDesigns, and I'll have one that will have, say for example, this one in preview mode where I can take a look at it. Say I wasn't interested in having these folks on it, and all my wording is going to be totally different, but I like the background. I might use that as a guide to create something similar in the other instance of ClickDesigns, which would be a blank template. But let's go ahead and we'll just use this one. And so we could go ahead and open this up. I'll let it load up in the editor. And now we're loaded up the editor. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the size of the canvas a little bit so you can see the whole thing. So we're going to go ahead and start off and see what we got here. We've got these people that are image. We've got some shapes and some text on this side. Whenever you see something like this, it's going to be a shape and with a text layer on top. So it's actually two items. In this case, it's probably three, I bet. We've got the text, we've got this black, and then no, actually it's looks like it may have shadow that they made orange. Another little trick you can pull. And anyway, we can go ahead and we're going to get rid of these folks. And then actually we'll go ahead and get rid of all this here. Alright, so what we have here is a black background and an orange shape. Just like that, and this shape would come from anywhere. It's probably coming from the curve section, and then they made it pretty big. And so we could do a couple of things here. Actually, probably not a shape because there's no way of changing the colors. So that must be from another area. Hard to tell sometimes. Anyway, that is probably actually an image rather than a shape. We can mess with it a little bit if we use our filters. We can change it like that. Let's see what colors we get. And you can also combine your invert and your sepias. That looks horrible. It's kind of okay. And you see here that brought out the fact that we have this other image here. That is a shape. See how I got that texture there? What if we were to move that here? And then maybe we'll bring up coolers.co. Go to my go-to to pick out colors and do palettes and that sort of stuff. If you've been watching my ClickDesigns videos, you've probably seen this before. Anyway, I'm going to go to list colors. Let's go ahead and pick out something in the violet range. Let's try this electric indigo. And they're going to go here. and plug it in here. And I'm just seeing if there's something here I like enough to mess with or not. It's kind of okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and maybe keep it like that. Gives a little extra texture there. You can just as easily delete it if you wanted to. Alright, so let's go to our elements. And look under 3D section. We'll use this guy here. I've used him before. And we'll just stick him right there. And then we'll add a text layer. We'll stick it over here. Default color is always black, so go ahead and start that with white or some other color so you see what you're doing. And go ahead and center that. We go ahead and reduce the line height to 1. Let's go ahead and pick out a font. Let's go ahead with that Rampart 1. Put that right there. Actually, come to think of it, maybe we can use that and stretch it out some and make use of it that way. Alright. And then we'll add another text layer. Let's go ahead and use this caution script. And let's put this one down here. Put this one here so we can take advantage of that background. And actually, let's go ahead and use our color pick eyedropper here. We're going to pick up that purple, stick that in this one. And there we go. Probably we could stand to have a lighter color of violet there. And sometimes the color pick eyedropper gets a little crazy. Let's come here, try to pick up a little lighter shade on that. Okay, that's much better. And this is kind of a gradient on this background shape here. It's darker here than it is here. So, and that's an example of how we could actually make a thumbnail. And then we can kind of center it here and then use our line and line everything up. Then we can come here and change the name. Save it, and we'll go back out to the dashboard And then we'll build another one from scratch if we get there. Alright, so you see our design there. Let's go back into our thumbnails. And again, one handy thing about ClickDesigns is it's already got these sizes that you need already here. So you just have to load up the cabinets and then you can work with that. So it's going to ask us thumbnail type. With thumbnails, there's only YouTube. And then we'll pick out that rectangular one again. Alright, let's get our cabinets rolled down and let's go and look at our background first. And let me think what color I want to make this. Let's go ahead and we'll make this black as well. Okay, and then let's go to colors and let's pick out a yellow color, but not too crazy yellow. Let's use this Mikado yellow. And then we go to our shapes. And then we'll go to our basic shapes. Pick out a square. And then we'll go ahead and put that yellow there. And then we'll line this up in the corner. And pull down our sizing handle. Like that, and then pull it down this way and a little bit that way. Okay, and this is how you can get those two-tone kind of thumbnails. And so we will go ahead and use a cutout from one of our images. Let's go ahead and use this guy here. Alright, and you see it ends there. So you can always drop it down or resize it however you need to do it. We'll just leave this guy here. And then we'll add a text layer. Black on black, so you want to change the lettering to white or some other color. You can see I'm not being real imaginative when I text this evening. Let's go with this Frederica the Great. I think this has possibilities. Let's go ahead and reduce the line height some. And actually we'll move those a little closer. Alright, so this one, as I said, is a little interesting. So we'll take our eye picker. We're going to pick out this same Mikado yellow and then apply it to that. And as usual, I'm doing all this stuff on the fly. I didn't have any of it planned out. If you're actually making a YouTube thumbnail for your YouTube video, you ought to put a little effort into it. But there's a lot of times, if you already kind of know what you're going to do, you can kind of just, once you're familiar with ClickDesigns editor, kind of just fly by, see your pants until you get what you want. Anyway, I think I'm going to go with that. Now, here's another thing we can do. Is we can take our mouse cursor like this and run it over it and just select both items, and they'll be locked together until we click outside that area. So let's go ahead and click out, and then here these are all one thing, so we'll line them up And there we go. So there we have built a YouTube thumbnail by scratch. Not the greatest thumbnail ever, but it demonstrates how easy it can be, because we have a cabinet. It's black, one square shape. We've got one cutout image. We've got 2 lines of text that are one font, and 1 line of text that's one font, and that's it. It can be that easy. And so that's really all there is to it. There's not much more to say about the YouTube thumbnail section. We'll go ahead and give this a name. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bunch in my library that say new design, and that's going to. Alright, let's save that. And then we will exit. And we're done. You can see both of our thumbnails there in our library. And so that is really about it. So this is Tim Willis with ClickFunnels and ClickDesigns. I'm a certified ClickFunnels funnel builder, and I make tutorial and demonstration videos on ClickFunnels, ClickDesigns, and other useful tools for funnel hackers and funnel hacking. That is pretty much the video for tonight on the thumbnail section in ClickDesigns. And so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.